And now, please welcome Oren Kaniel, CEO and co-founder of AppsFlyer, and Ronen Mense, the President and Managing Director of AppsFlyer Asia Pacific, to bring us the Fireside Chat, Challenge-Led Growth.
Good morning, everybody. 早安. Professor,
Thank you.
倍儿棒. Do you like it, the talk about AI?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about AI. I think Professor gave us a lot of things to think about. Thank you. Boss, have a seat.
He's my boss, so.
Yeah, I'm lucky to have my boss here today. And so I think we have a lot of things that we want to cover. Probably one of the things that we talk about a lot in AppsFlyer is challenges and opportunities. And probably the pioneer of turning challenges into opportunity is Oren. He's a great thinker. And we're going to talk about challenge leading to growth. And maybe we can start with just take it back, because we're going to talk about the past, we're going to talk about a little bit about the present, and we're going to talk a little bit about the future today. And maybe we'll start in the past, right? The past, how you came to address the founding of AppsFlyer. What was the main challenge that...
Maybe we'll start with the present.
A present?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with the present.
I just want to thank everybody here in the room for taking the time and attending and meeting us and spending time with us. I want to thank our customers here for the trust, for many, many years trust. We have some customers here that, are customers for more than 10 years. I want to thank Asia, and specifically the Chinese customers that have been partnering with us for many, many years. We had some discussions also last night, but really customers in China that have been killing us. It was funny because this phrase that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yes.
And thank you for not literally killing us, but really thank you for making us much, much stronger. We can go into that and why, but I think that really you and customers in China really took our platform to the edge every single day and every single year, demanding high-quality products and great software and great innovation. And I think that we were successful, not be killed by customers in general and here. So I want to thank you for spending the time with us here today. It's really, what Dr. Wang Wei mentioned, last 5 years. My last time in China was 5 years ago in 2019. I couldn't make it during COVID, but I missed the team, I missed the customers, I missed the face-to-face interaction. I missed this kind of interacting directly with our customers to really look them in the eyes and see their challenges and see what they use and what they don't use. This is how we build the platform, being very close to our customers. This is one of the reasons that we have this kind of a conference, to have this indirect discussions between yourselves. There's some amazing people here in the room. All of you. There's so much knowledge in this room, so much experience in this room. And one of the reasons, and I think that Dr. Wei mentioned that, just to take you out of the offices and just the day-to-day hassle, and really thinking in a different level with so many people with so many diverse experiences. I think that this is invaluable. Maybe this is not directly impacting your KPIs and stuff, but I think that in the short term, mid-term, long-term, the implications and the impact is huge. So obviously, this is really great, and we are really happy to have this kind of conferences. So I'm thankful that after 5 years, we start to have that again. And thank you for the AppsFlyer team for organizing it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So maybe now we can start with the
We are
with the
thankful.
past.
We're
By the
very
way, you said that I don't know the word you mentioned, but look, life, every single one here been through challenges.
Yes.
And these challenges created you. I mean, you know, kids, think about babies. And we all been babies, by the way. And we all learn how to crawl and to walk. And we all been going through massive challenges when we grow up. You know, starting to walk is a big challenge, and you fall and you fall and try again and again and again and again. And this is what makes us successful in the end. And I think that throughout the years, and specifically in AppsFlyer, working in this extremely dynamic environment, probably one of the most dynamic, fast-moving, rapid changes industry ever created. Our competition was, can we be one of the fastest, most nimble, dynamic, adaptive, leading company on earth? And it's not direct competition. This is really, can we be this kind of a company? Because there's one thing certain about our future, that it's going to continue to have massive changes. iOS, Android, Apple, whatever, we're going to have really big challenges and changes. And the question is, can we really change that fast? Can we adapt that fast? And I think that we've done a remarkable job in the last couple of years. And really, this kind of challenge has created who we are. And what I wanted to say here, and especially, and we're going to get there, probably the pace of change is going to be much faster than before. And it's also for you. So we take a lot of the work that you need to do in adapting into this new reality of privacy and policy changes and guidelines of the platforms. So we take a lot of work from you, and we do that on your behalf. But on your business, there are probably a lot of other changes, and you always need to think about what's never going to change, and this is the way we look at it, the things that never going to change, and the things that definitely going to change.
What is never going to change?
So we did that
with
practice.
regards to AppsFlyer.
Yeah, for AppsFlyer. So we did that practice a couple of years ago. So we asked ourselves, okay, 10 years from today, what are the things that never going to change? So the first, and we had only four. So we found customers. 10 years, we're going to have customers. Let's put customers first. So define, we are going to be customer obsessed. We are going to represent your interests in the market. We're going to stay independent. We're going to stay unbiased. We're going to do every possible thing in our power to make you successful in the ecosystem. That's one, customers.
Customer obsession.
Yeah. The second thing is data accuracy. You make significant decisions based on the data that we provide. Obviously, in 10 years, probably no customers here would tell us, give us less accurate data. We don't care about the data. We just do random decisions. Okay? Not going to happen. I hope. But the third thing was security and privacy. Again, imagining 10 years from today, customers will tell us, we don't care about privacy. We don't care about the most expensive asset. This is our customer data. We don't care about it. It's not going to happen. So privacy is going to increase. Security demand is going to increase. I think that there is a gap in Asia. I think that there is a gap also in China in really understanding all the implications about it, privacy and security. That's the third thing. The fourth thing is enabling innovation. Because we are this platform, kind of a connecting tissue between different companies, between customers and the platforms like Meta, like Google, like TikTok, like the others. So we really, in this kind of glue between companies, and if this glue is innovative enough, we can enable innovation in the ecosystem. We can enable innovation with our customers. We can enable innovation with our partners. And everybody is a winner, obviously the consumer in the end. So that's great. So enable innovation. That's 4 things. And I think that every company needs to really think about the things that are never going to change while accepting that everything else is going to change. So one of the things that I didn't mention platform, I didn't mention iOS. Maybe in 10 years, Apple is going to be a different company. Maybe someone else will take this leadership. I don't know. But one thing for sure, everything is going to change. And it's going to be very interesting. And I think that this is very, very important for companies, for people, for the employees, for your teams, to understand that everything is going to change besides the things that are never going to change. Things that are never going to change are very obvious. You know, the stupid things, customers, of course, right? Accurate data, of course. Yes, it's their force. It's simple, most simple things that never going to change. And I think that for me, and we have 1,500 people across the entire world, it was important to tell them, look, we shouldn't shy away from challenges. We shouldn't be afraid of changes. Massive change actually created AppsFlyer, the introduction of the App Store.
Yep.
So we were fast enough, adaptive enough, innovative enough to create a platform to allow applications to be successful in this ecosystem. And I think that was a great practice for us as a company, as people. A lot of people, also it impacted them on the personality because I think that as we grow up, we don't take challenges the same way as we were babies, right? So as a baby, you're not, forget it. Walking is too hard. I'm not going to do it. So it just doesn't happen. And I think leaning into the challenge and looking at the challenge directly and seeing what can be done, what can we do, what is our responsibility, what is the opportunities, and in all the challenges and adversity, whether it's business or personal, there are opportunities. Always, always, always. Every time that I do this practice, it's really mind-blowing. And I think that just this shift of mindset is something that is delivering happiness, is delivering inspiration, it's optimism for the future, action, driving action, passion. What was the question?
I forgot. So, in Chinese, there's a beautiful word for challenge and opportunity. It's 危机, right? So, 危险, right? And 机会 put together is actually opportunity.
It's one word.
It's one word.
Yeah.
And it comes together. And, I love how you talk about changes, and we have to embrace change. And now I think we're in the, you talk about the four waves of kind of dramatic shifts, right? From the internet, right, to iPhone, right, to the App Store, and now we're...
So I'm old enough. I was born in the mid-'70s, so I was playing with computers.
So we know how old you are a little bit.
Yeah.
Mid-'70s, okay.
So I was playing with computers, and from very early age, in the 80s, early 80s, I was playing with...
You were a hacker, right? Kind of.
If you call a hacker someone that's been playing around with BBSs and playing this, hacking, a phone company back in the 80s was playing a signal in a specific frequency. That was that was the password. So you get in and you can have phone calls. And it's not like phone calls for BBS, because it wasn't the World Wide Web, it wasn't the internet, so it was peer-to-peer. So you had to really have long-distance calls sometimes overseas. It's just fun, just for the fun.
By the way,
so anyways,
for everyone here, Oren is an engineer by training, by background, so he knows how to play with many things,
Yeah,
technology.
my background is engineering,
Yeah.
software engineering. I really like the logic, and I think that, anyways, that's my view. I saw and experienced 4 major dramatic changes that impacts everyone here and everyone in the world. One is the introduction of a personal computer back in the 80s. Second, introduction of the internet. Third, smartphones and specifically the app stores, and this kind of dramatic change. I said to myself, okay, I have to be part of it. That was the creation of AppsFlyer. And after that, I thought, okay, probably in my lifetime, I'm not going to see some dramatic change of the magnitude of change. And I was wrong again. And I believe that AI is going to be faster, more dramatic, unpredictable than anything else that is living on top of all these layers that I just mentioned. Computers, internet connectivity, smartphone and smart devices that are always connected, and AI. I believe that if we are going to meet here, hopefully we do, in 5 years from today, the world is going to be very, very different. I believe that 80% of the code, software code, that is being used right now in the world is going to be completely obsolete. So we need to accept that, including AppsFlyer code. I think that the way software is going to be built, shipped, and interacted between itself and different components and different companies is going to be completely changed. And it also means that you need to be able to say goodbye to your baby. What it means that for your creation, and as an engineer, you sometimes, well, it's very common, it's human nature, you fall in love with your creation. You write the code, it works, you're so happy, you're proud, it solved the problem, you ship it. There are bugs, you fix it, you fall in love with it. But you need to say goodbye to a lot of pieces of software that have been created that been the leading software. It was the best of the best of the best, but you need to say goodbye into this new world. It's going to be super exciting. The world is going to change. Everything is going to change. And I think that every company needs to adopt their own kind of strategy around AI. It's an existential threat to every company out there. Every single company, including the largest companies in the world, facing existential threat right now. And I believe that companies that are not going to realize that fast enough are going to go out of business. And just to relate to what the professor said, I think that irreplaceable will be replaceable with AI. I mean, I can give you examples. I mean, take a look at the creative product that we launched earlier this year, just 2 quarters ago, quarter and a half. This product, engineering-wise, couldn't be built like a year and a half ago. This is something that cannot be built with software just a year and a half ago. You could not even imagine, as and I'm a product person, so the last line of code was a while ago, but I'm a product person. Mm-hmm. I can imagine, I can envision, I can think about product, and then I put that into the market, and these kind of things I couldn't even think about, because the capacity of the imagination, and this is such a big jump. And all of a sudden, we deliver that, and this is available in the market. Just this small thing. So these are the 4 ways. We're just in the beginning of this massive, 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 massive wave that is going to hit all of us. It's unpredictable. And I believe that everyone needs to ask themselves, what is the uniqueness? Again, to relate to your great presentation, Professor. No, it's, I just, everybody need to think about their uniqueness, like you mentioned. Because this superpower of AI is accessible by everyone. Not only in this room, but all over the world. Billions of people have access to computing, to internet, to mobile devices, and AI. Now think about why all the major tech companies started in the US and in Silicon Valley. Why? They're smarter than anyone else? No. Why? Access to computing and networking. It's like libraries, right? You have libraries. All of a sudden you have internet, you have computing. Not everybody had that globally. Just imagine that the internet was accessible to everybody, all over the world. You're going to have like 1,000 Bill Gates walking around, maybe 10,000 different Steve Jobs walking around. Now just imagine now, you have computing, AI, internet connectivity, all this amazing technology. Every single person can do products that are much better than products that exist today with AI. The competition is going to be dramatic, because the barrier to entry is going to be zero. Everybody is going to have superpower. Everybody going to have superpower. So it means two things. One, if you're not going to use the superpower, out of business. Someone else is going to do it much faster, much cheaper, much better. Second thing is you must think about your uniqueness, because the hyper competition will create something that everybody will look similar. So you really need to think about what's your uniqueness. What's the extra that you can put on top of this superpower? We have our own strategy about that as AI.
Maybe you can share about what AppsFlyer will look like in 5 years from today. Abstract, but I mean, it's just between us.
I know.
What's your vision?
The four invariants, the things that never going to change, not going to change probably, customers, security and privacy, enabling innovation that gets double meaning now with AI. How do we enable you, all of you, to leverage all the AI and the latest and the greatest on the AI model effortlessly? This is what we want to do. This is enabling innovation. And I mentioned customers, security, privacy. Huh?
Data accuracy.
Data accuracy, obviously. So 4 things, that's our commitment. Outside of that, I don't know. A lot of things going to change. Obviously, Sandbox and iOS 14 and iOS in general. WWDC, the Apple conference that usually they give you, and us mainly, a lot of work happening next week. Yep. WWDC is 24. All that given, right?
Yes.
But I would say, I would just...
Well, that's like the weather. We can't control it, right?
There's some control. I think that the magnitude of the ecosystem and us, and also representing you as app developers on these platforms, have a lot of power over the platforms, over Apple, over Google, the rest. This is their intention. So I think that a lot of things that considered uncontrollable actually can be controlled and are controlled. And this is what we aim to do, and this is what we've been doing in the last 4 years. I mean, if you look at the privacy sandbox standard as of today, I tell you right now, because this is a small group, a lot of influenced by the AppsFlyer product and engineering, the standard, and then the implementation on top of it. We have a major seat in the room for the privacy sandbox. This is the interest of Google. This is the interest of the sandbox team. This is separate. This is the interest also of Google Ads, because Google Ads needs to play on the same kind of level, right? The same way of everybody else working on top of this platform. So obviously, this is a lot of work on the measurement side, mobile side, but if you look at, now let's just organize the thoughts. One, measurement. It's going to be more complex, and our job is to make it as simple as possible that you can make decisions. On top of measurement, people, just to give you that as an example, enabling innovation. If you look at charts, if you look at dashboards, I think that dashboards still going to exist in the future, but they're just going to be consumed by executives that want to see how much money they make. But in the analysis of data, I think that AI is going completely to replace basically everything, because if you look at analytics dashboard, and I think that we have a good analytics dashboard, really good one, but still when you look at the analytics dashboard, you see 2 dimensions, you see 3 dimensions. It's limiting on the data that you can combine. The human brain cannot even consume so much data, and you don't know where to look. And this is part of the acquisition that we made with Ulo AI. So really help you get into the data and get the insights automatically, effortlessly, and something that cannot be done with people. No matter how much budget you have. Let's say you have billions, you have infinite amount of money, and you put all the analysts in the world on that task. It's not comparable to what AI can do. This is really creating something that didn't exist before. And this is what we think that the future is going to look like. We want to have a part of it. Some of the things I look at them as inevitable. This is going to happen. Now the question is, how are we going to do it? That's on the measurement side. Obviously, cross-platform, cross-channel, devices, that's on the measurement side. We also look at what products on top of it can we provide, but we don't want to do everything. We want to do the minimum amount of things because this is a platform by nature, and we want to enable other companies to develop on top of it. So we don't want to compete based on everybody have access to AI, we and any other company. So I don't think that there is a significant advantage there, but certain products there are, like the fraud protection, like the linking engagement, etc. Data clean room, and all that. The third thing is this kind of a marketplace of B2B apps that can help you achieve your goals. So if you, again, moving back to AI, if you think about what is AI, it's the AI model. And by the way, the way it developed is that, I cannot say it's a commodity, but everybody can access this AI model. So it's not like someone created this AI model for their own use. And I think that this is great that it wasn't just one big platform created it, that some other company created it. And I think that the concept of models that you can use out there. So you have model, you have compute, because you need to have a CPU or GPU, whatever it is, to do the compute. You need to have storage. But everything is worthless, completely worthless if you don't have data. And the data gravity is going to be much bigger than before. It was always everything, right? Now it's like really everything. It's like, and also because another force that is data privacy, data minimization. You cannot copy data. You cannot, store the data in various places. And we have this positioning of storing and processing and analyzing customers' data, the raw data, the consumer data. And I think that this is our role and responsibility and also opportunity to enable you to leverage AI and other advanced services that sit in the data without data copying and sharing. Because if you think about it, you're going to have thousands and maybe tens of thousands of different companies out there. Promise you that they can do so many magics, gonna improve retention in 200%, all that kind of stuff. And you want to try it out, but it's your data, right? Your data is your most important asset that you need to protect. Now, the question is, how can we enable you to try out all these futuristic platforms? And again, we made these 2 acquisitions just, to kickstart this kind of a marketplace, the Ulo acquisition of data, AI, analytics, and dev to dev. But this, I can tell you that right now, every week, I'm getting few inquiries by startup companies, specifically on AI, that have some really cool, innovative solutions, but the go-to-market for them is impossible because of the data, because of the go-to-market. And we have this infrastructure, right? Technological infrastructure, global infrastructure, relationship with our customers. So we do this vetting. We cannot integrate thousands of companies. So we're going to work with selective ones, introducing them into the platform. And this is part of it. So I believe that in 5 years, this is going to be part of the future. Maybe just another point. I believe that I told you that the software is going to dramatically change in 5 years. Maybe it's going to be 7 years, but it's massive change that is coming. It's unimaginable. You know why? You know that Apple signed a deal with OpenAI to replace Siri, stupid Siri?
Wow.
Because this device without real AI is not smartphone. It's stupid phone.
Yeah.
You cannot talk with it. You cannot. This is stupid phone. But with real AI, this is a whole new level of interaction, because the device itself composed of screen, you have microphone, you have cameras, you have speaker here, a lot of lens here, battery, CPU, storage. But it's stupid phone without AI. So just one example. Another example is, I believe that data copying and sharing is going to cease to exist. I mean, right now, when you have a new service that you've probably been bombarded on your channels, hey, use this, people trying to sell you software. Most probably it involved with sharing your data to this company, and I believe that the future of cloud computing is going to be that, again, the gravity of the data is going to be much bigger. It means that you will have the data maybe in several places. I'm not saying one place, but probably several places, not hundreds of different places, but maybe a couple of places, and then you can apply different logic AI models on top of the data without the copying data and sharing data in general. Now, we as AppsFlyer, we want to be part of it. I think that we have an opportunity to be part of it. We already have the trust with our customers in the ecosystem, and being this really natural, independent, unbiased platform. And again, this is our uniqueness on top of everything else. I mean, and again, everybody been handed superpower all over the world. A lot of billions of people that you don't know have the superpower. Now the question is, what do you do with it? You use it? You have to. You need to look for your uniqueness? You have to. You need to get excited? Yes, you have to. 5 years is going to be very, very interesting with everything that is going on.
So, wow, that's a lot of information there, but maybe just to summarize, AppsFlyer, collaboration platform where companies come to meet. Instead of sending data to everywhere like it's being done today, to different logics, actually you bring the logic to the data. The data doesn't move. It stays put in a secure, safe, privacy-compliant environment. Accurate data. You don't take risk on sending data to small startups, AI startups. They can come and build on top of AppsFlyer and access our customers' data in a completely privacy-compliant manner.
Yeah.
Does that sound interesting?
Yeah. I wanna even give you more motivation. I want to give you more motivation. We probably agree that the cost of developing software is going to decrease. Probably your current offering can be copied very quickly, now or in the future. Probably that they can take the learnings that you had in your app, in your business, and make it better, faster, cheaper. They can. They can, right? And also for AppsFlyer. It's always true. So what do you have? This is a question that you need to ask yourself, and every single one needs to answer that. But there is one thing in common. You have customers. You have their loyalty. You have customers' relationship. This is not replaceable by AI. Now the question is, do you protect the customer's data? Do you make sure that your data is not going to be somewhere else and your customers are going to be targeted with this new offering? So protecting customer data is not only about privacy regulation, because the data privacy word is really misleading. Why it's misleading? Because there are two heads. One, complies with the platform, complies with the regulation. It's like taxes. Okay, let's the lawyer, taxes. I need to pay that. I don't like to pay it maybe, but I need to pay that. Another aspect of data privacy is business-wise. You want to protect your customers' data so the customers' data are not going to be targeted and go somewhere else. Assuming that someone can build the same kind of service that you have faster and cheaper. So this is why data privacy and data protection is not only taxes. This is really investment into the future. You want to keep the loyalty of your current customers. You want to grow them. You want to build the relationship. You want to build the brand. Brand takes time to build. You want to build the brand, and you want to protect your customers from, going away. And it's too easy when your data is traveling all over the place. And this is why we develop all these privacy-preserving technologies, collaboration, measurement, so you can continue to work in this environment in a compliant manner, but also to protect your data so your customers are not going to go away.
I don't think we can let you go without asking one more question. In the past 48 hours, there's been a lot of news about a company preparing for IPO. In fact, Bloomberg, Yahoo, several news media all around Asia, and now probably here in China is also covering that AppsFlyer is going to IPO.
Yeah, I read that as well.
You read that too?
Yeah.
So, how do you answer to that one?
Is it recorded?
Stop the recording. Okay.
No, so look, first of all, I need to say what the lawyers told me, no comment.
No comment.
No comment.
Okay, thank you.
Let's put that aside. Let's put that aside, and we'll give you the answer that...
It's between us.
It's between us. What, you want me to confirm or not?
No, I just...
Look, I think that being a publicly traded company for AppsFlyer is the right way to go. I think that this is the right thing for you, your customers, our partners, the ecosystem. I think that transparency in being independent and unbiased is critical. I think that this is our uniqueness. We are not an ad network that packaging data and selling data or having our own apps that might compete with you, or we need your data for other businesses. 100% of our revenue is coming from customers paying for the software. We're not trying to finance the expenses through something else that might negatively impact you. Now I tell the market for 10 years, maybe you believe, maybe not, but being a publicly traded company, it's much more transparent. You don't need to believe me, you can check that out. I think that really being independent is really critical. So I think that and also impacting the market, impacting the platforms, impacting the Googles and the Facebooks, and also the TikToks of the world. I think that there is a significant advantage specifically for AppsFlyer to be public. So again, I don't know exactly when. I think that this is going to be a great thing for AppsFlyer. I think that this is also, we have a very high conviction that is going to be a great investment for new investors, because for them it's like day one, it's the beginning of the journey with AppsFlyer, and we need to have a very high conviction that we can make a lot of money for them when they invest. I think that we've been through some really dramatic changes in the ecosystem in the last 4 years with the iOS changes and SK network and ATT and all that stuff, And I think that we've proven to ourselves, we've proven to the market, we've proven to you, we've proven to the platforms that we can innovate and we can build on top of these changes. We've been focusing on this for the last couple of years. It's not to say that we're behind it, so we're not behind it. So many challenges and changes in front of us, but I think that we've proven that we can do it and we can grow on top of these challenges and adversities. Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
So in other words, no comment.
No comment. Look, I really think that, look, as a company and KPIs and scale, we could have gone public when everybody gone public in I don't know, 21. But we didn't, because we've been focusing on execution. We've been focusing on really recreating software in terms of measurement and, on top of everything that was changing in the iOS ecosystem. And now it's in Android, but I think that we, and also the ecosystem, is in a much different position than 4 years ago. So, I hope that also like what Dr. Wei mentioned, we see also change in the ecosystem and the macro conditions. I hope it will continue. It's not going to be like
rocket ship.
But I think sometimes. When the economy grows too fast, what happens. So I think it's good. These are the cycles. It's going to be slow.
Needless to say, very exciting times. And I think we're so happy that everybody is here with us. And I hope in 5 years from today, we'll be sitting here again, most of us, and talking about the next 5 years.
Yeah, I think that, again, we're just at the beginning of the journey of these next 2 days. I encourage you to spend time with each other, encourage you to spend time with us, with AppsFlyer. This is how we build the platform. This is how we decide what next and what the challenges that you currently have and the challenges you're going to have in the future. So this is really important for us. I know that I don't need to, when we go to the US, I'm begging, please tell us the problems. Please, what works for you, what not. Here in China, I don't need to ask it. You do it anyways, and this is great. Continue to do that. Yeah, and good luck to all of us, really.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Oren Kaniel.
Thank you.